prior. I mean, this is some time back. So, you know, the wells and everything, you know, it's very hard to get water out there, but it is available if you drill down far enough. I've done some drilling out there to patrol. But I guess what I'm getting to is that, you know, if this commission is going to spend money, I would rather spend money to help our county and to, you know, look at drilling a well for Durand. I know the people that I spoke to out of Durand are trying to form a water association to where they can also try to get some type of funding through state avenues that they might be able to pursue. But one of the things that I found was interesting is that from your tanks that go to the tanks that supply Durand, that's the only thing that they do, and they do not benefit the city of Vaughn in any way. So what I've been able to find out, and I would ask the legal to give me a written opinion on this, is that since the city of Vaughn receives monetary fees from the residents of Durand, and it is an unincorporated area, then it more or less qualifies under a free enterprise that the city of Vaughn is supplying the water. So that also brings us into an anti-donation, is that it's not going from government to government. Say, for example, the 11.1 miles of road goes over several private landowners that go through there. And so when we're starting to talk about, I know I had questioned the manager, if we had a memorandum of understanding before we bladed the road, if we had any type of liability issues or a liability release from the landowners that was coming through there. 11.1 miles of road, there's a considerable amount of hazards that may or may not be there, but nonetheless, they could be. But it brings it back down to, that's not Vaughn's road except just to service that line, which brings it to a free enterprise, which brings it to it's not a government entity, since the city of Vaughn receives money for the water that you furnish, and it's not going to the city of Vaughn. So I believe that we may have a question, and I would like to get council's, I would like a written opinion on it before we consider, and I would like to see if there is an anti-donation problem that we may have.
What we would like to wind up with is to get the paperwork in place that was never put in place. It was done a good old boy way. Okay? Basically, what should have been done is Torrance County should have taken over, and then paperwork where they would buy, set up in a way that they would buy water from Vaughn or from whomever. But you were referring to a well. The reason they were without water, Lonnie, is because their well went dry. Okay, Hindies were furnishing water to Durand. They're the ones that put in the distribution system. They're still using it.
Yes, sir.
But there was no way that they could get water, and their best way is that they put it this, but didn't spell out everything in the paperwork, and that's why we have what we have today. I think that if we're going to move, if we're really going to help those people in Durand, that one of the things that need to be put in place is a joint powers agreement or whatever paperwork is needed, legal paperwork, so that Torrance County can in fact take care of those. That's what I had to do in Guadalupe County for Uncle Chico and PDL.
And I think we're on the same page, Mr. Garcia, that you know, you realize the problem also as to the county giving money to what may appear to be a private enterprise. Whether the Indies put the line in or Vaughn put it in, it services an unincorporated area. And so we have, I think, a very gray area that we need to clarify before we wind up being in the same problem with our audit as that you guys may be in.
It would be good, because if it's not taken care of, those people will go on hanging on a limb like I have been all this time.
Yes, sir.
It just so happens that out of the goodness, the same thing is that you're talking about. We have the same thing going on with us. We're furnishing and making expenses over there for the rent that's in Torrance County, when we can't even pay for our own in Vaughn.
Yes, sir.
You see?
And I understand that, and I believe you understand that also, is that we have that gray area that we don't want to just add on to it. And that it does need to be, it needs to be done the legal right way, to where we do not have somebody coming back and saying that the commission violated an anti-donation. And so I think until those are clarified, yes, sir.
Mr. Chair, may I ask just a couple of questions, maybe only one question to help resolve?
Okay. No, it is.
Mr. Chair, may I just ask one or two questions along the lines of,
Yes.
of what you requested, Mayor Garcia? Does the city of Vaughn own the distribution line? You said that the city of Vaughn took it over. Does Vaughn have ownership of the whole line? Help in trying to sort out the questions that Commissioner Freiberger has raised.
The answer, to my knowledge, no. Back then, and maybe I need to go back to what I told you the last time, is that when Roberto Mondragon took over, that Bruce King was gone out of the state, he provided money. He found some money somewhere and provided money to Durand to buy the materials to put the pipe, to put in the line. Torrance County was supposed to be owner, because Durand at the time had a water association. That water association since has, people have moved, people go and come, and is no longer active. I have been leaning on them. It is because I've been asking that we have a group in Durand that speak for Durand, so that serves our purpose too. And then Torrance County, I like what Chairman said in the prayer, that they grind to help the people that they serve, and that's the people of Torrance County in this case here. And that it behooves this situation to move. I was hoping that he would say we will engage in starting up and getting the proper paperwork in place, so that those people can be served, and then we'll have it right, and then we won't have to worry about anti-donation and all this other little details that are coming about.
And that's what I am leading to, Mr. Garcia, is that everything needs to be in place. And I have no problem moving forward with it, as long as we make sure that we're doing it the legal way, which I'm sure that your years as being a county manager, you understand completely. But I, for one, have no problem moving up on our priority list to go to the legislature with the help of trying to get monies to get Durand to where their community, I'm not for sure what to call them. I don't want to call them a town or village or anything, but